Dragon's Crown is a teenage boy's dream. It's crazy and violent and full of impossibly large breasts. Consequently, the game struggles with a repetitive structure and a really troublesome view of women. Dragon's Crown is a 2D RPG brawler hybrid set in a generic fantasy world. You play as one of 6 characters: Amazon, a sorceress, an elf, a dwarf, a fighter, or a warlock, and you set out to investigate an evil that's come over the world. From here you adventure through a bunch of different stages, each with tons of enemies to destroy and obstacles to overcome and a boss to defeat. Levels are filled with enough characters to completely cover the screen, and sometimes I even lost track of my own character amid the chaos. But it's not really a problem because combat rewards over-the-top moves. The robust enemy variety also pushes the combat to its limits. Some levels have you facing off against hordes of undead and ghosts, while others have you fighting orcs and demons and other mythological kinds of creatures. It's not just a game of numbers. Every enemy type requires a unique approach. There are squat flying demons that require jump attacks, while there are also lumbering undead that require you to pummel them to death and then get right out of the way while they explode into green goo. Bosses call for a unique set of tactics that represent the pinnacle of Dragon's Crown's combat. Facing off against the Minotaur, for example, requires you to have perfect timing around his charge attack, while the boss battle with the Red Dragon is part chase, part beatdown. There's even a battle with a cute but evil little bunny who requires you to take cover while he chases you around the room. Dragon's Crown's progression structure requires too many repeat visits through the same stages. Since there are only 9 or so levels, each with one branching path per stage, I was stuck replaying them dozens of times. The game incentivizes continued play. A whole new hard mode is opened up when you beat the game on normal. But again, the contents of the stages and even the bosses themselves are exactly the same, just harder. Dragon's Crown is problematic when it comes to female characters. 2 of the player characters, the Amazon and the Sorceress, are explicitly sexualized, with breasts literally bigger than their heads and rear ends to match. But at least these characters are powerful women who can destroy rooms full of bad guys. The game's tone is much more uncomfortable when it comes to female NPC design. Most of the women NPCs in the game are barely clothed, with heaving chests and their backs twisted into suggestive positions, some of them with their legs spread as wide as the screen. They're presented as helpless objects, most of them needing to be rescued, and the male NPCs aren't treated the same way. It's obvious, one-sided, and gross. Dragon's Crown's enemy variety and boss battles and level design make for constant arcade-style thrills. But its flashy art style goes too far in objectifying women, and the need to grind through the same stages over and over just chills the excitement over time. Like a teenage dream, it's a wild place to visit, but it doesn't always hold up to the light of day.